New developments tonight in the criminal investigation happening in South Suburban Dolton. NBC 5 News has confirmed another subpoena was delivered at Village Hall earlier this week, requesting specific information about Mayor Tiffany Henyard and other key figures in her administration. Our Regina Waldrop's been on this story from the beginning. She takes a deeper look tonight at the records that federal authorities are requesting and what's next.
A source close to the investigation provided NBC5 with this copy of the latest court order. It asked for a variety of financial reports like budgets, accounting records, and receipts for Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Village Administrator Keith Freeman, and Trustee Andrew Holmes, as well as several other companies and individuals. Plus, any records related to Henyard's charitable organizations. The subpoena also requests all travel records paid for by the municipality, including a trip taken to Las Vegas in May of last year. On that trip, both the mayor's former assistant and a Dolton police officer. They've both filed a civil lawsuit accusing Holmes of assault and battery and Henyard of retaliation. Regarding the lawsuit, the mayor and Holmes both declined to comment. The first two grand jury subpoenas were served April 10th, asking for personnel and disciplinary files for nearly 30 people. The subpoenas also ask for documents related to Keith Freeman, the village administrator recently indicted on charges of bankruptcy fraud. His attorney told us he has no plans to step down. A few days ago, the law firm representing the village in at least 19 lawsuits in Cook County and federal court said it's planning to withdraw from the cases May 8th due to lack of payment. NBC5 has obtained a copy of the letter sent to the village by the Delgado law firm of Berwyn. 4 Dolton trustees recently appointed Lori Lightfoot, Chicago's former mayor and a former federal prosecutor, as a special investigator. The next village board meeting set for Monday at 6:30. Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Thanks, Regina. Let's talk about the corruption claims in South Suburban Dolton. Apparently, they're getting the attention of the FBI. Federal agents were seen entering Village Hall today in what the Bureau calls a court-ordered law enforcement activity. NBC5's Natalie Martinez live tonight in Dolton talking to village trustees about this surprise search. Natalie?
Stefan, those trustees say their cries have been answered, and now they're asking for a new administration. What exactly brought the FBI to Dolton Village Hall Friday is not clear, but trustees we spoke to clearly feel relief.
The sun is shining today, and this is a good day for the residents of Dolton.
For the last 3 years, myself, the board members, and the residents have been feeling like no one was coming to save us.
My phone just went ballistic. Calls, and calls. They said that the FBI is at Village Hall. I'm like, oh my God, someone has finally answered our cry.
That someone is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. A spokesperson says in a statement that the FBI was conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity in that area today. Department of Justice policy prevents the FBI from commenting on the nature of any investigation that may be occurring.
2 subpoenas was dispersed today.
I'm sure it's connected to what we've been talking about lately, how tax dollars are being spent recklessly.
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and Trustee Andrew Holmes are the focus of a civil lawsuit. It accuses Holmes of assault and Henyard of retaliation, stemming from incidents involving an economic development trip to Las Vegas last May. This week, Village Administrator Keith Freeman was charged in federal court with bankruptcy fraud. Chicago's former mayor and former federal prosecutor Lori Lightfoot has been hired to lead an independent investigation into the Vegas trip and more.
We are the gatekeepers of the funds that come into this village. And we're not being allowed to see what's going on with our tax dollars.
So we reached out to the village and to the mayor for comment late tonight. Earlier tonight, though, we did get an email statement, and it said very clearly there was no FBI raid at Village Hall. No further comment at this time. We are live in Dolton. Natalie Martinez, NBC5 News.
Okay, we'll be following all of the developments there in Dolton. Natalie, thank you so much.
Now to the legal troubles in Dolton. They are piling up for officials there. Today, a top aide appeared in federal court on bankruptcy fraud charges, and the village also faces another lawsuit. Our Regina Waldrop takes a look at both cases.
A top advisor to Dolton's mayor making his first appearance in federal court. Keith Freeman entered a not guilty plea to a scheme to commit bankruptcy fraud. The village administrator and manager of Dolton Township is accused of underreporting income from his jobs and from his private consulting business.
We're ready to defend with everything we have, anything that comes Mr. Freeman's way.
Freeman's attorney says he has no plans to step down from his positions. He also says this case has nothing to do with any other federal investigations.
We've had a couple of questions directed to me about whether or not this indictment means that the government is effectively trying to squeeze Mr. Freeman into cooperation.
And a few days after Freeman was indicted, the FBI served 2 subpoenas at Dolton Village Hall.
If you look at the subpoenas, they're very specific.
Renato Mariotti is a former federal prosecutor. We reached out to him to find out what he thought about the recent developments.
There appears to be an active federal investigation, it certainly looks like the feds have something. They're not just fishing.
Dolton's government is marred in accusations of misspending, lawsuits, and probes. Tuesday, Mayor Tiffany Henyard and Freeman were hit with another lawsuit. This one filed in federal court by business owner Tyrone Isom Jr.
I was really excited when I came across that property because I was just waiting to put my stamp on Dolton so I can help the youth.
Isom says he bought this property on Sibley Boulevard for $85,000. He says he remodeled it, first hoping to open a barber shop, then a tattoo shop. But he claims his applications for business licenses were denied with no explanations as to why.
He's finally told, nope, the mayor wants the property.
Unable to open a business at the location, Isom says he was forced to sell the property. He's seeking compensatory damages plus attorney's fees. The village declined to comment on the lawsuit. As for Village Administrator Keith Freeman, he's expected back in court June 5th. At the Dirksen Federal Courthouse, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC 5 News.
Our thanks to Regina.
Over to Thornton Township now. Residents there, they are fed up and they want answers about how their tax dollars are being spent. Well, that was the message today at a rally in Calumet City. NBC 5's Regina Waldrop has more on the residents' concerns and the next steps.
What do we want? Our township back!
They came from dozens of communities.
I'm united with Hazelcrest and all the townships.
With one demand: more accountability and transparency into how their tax dollars are being used in Thornton Township.
We want people to know what's going on so we can try to stop it.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard also serves as supervisor of the township, which has a population of close to 158,000 people and covers 17 communities. The village's government is marred in accusations of misspending, lawsuits, and probes. The township's also named in a lawsuit filed by Henyard's former assistant and a Dolton police officer who allege abuse and retaliation.
She put us in this situation. The only way we're going to get out of it is that we dig our own selves out of it.
Mary Avant is a retired police officer who lives in Dolton. She's one of the organizers of this Take Back Our Township rally.
We're hoping to get positive momentum and connect with other people.
Ryan Sanulski is a longtime resident of Harvey.
So many of us, not only at the township level, but then at our individual municipal levels, are going through just lack of transparency. We don't know how any of our tax money is being spent.
Christopher Gonzalez is a Thornton Township trustee.
I have a lot of the same questions that people do, but even beyond that, I mean, we're all just citizens.
And organizers say this rally is not just a one-day affair. Next steps for them include asking people who attended the rally to contact their elected officials and request a meeting.
To sit and talk with us, give us a direction, because election time is coming. They'll be here then.
We reached out to the township for a statement on the rally, but didn't hear back. In Calumet City, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC 5 News.
Regina, thank you.